This is Jamie the D, the Mad Welshman, and this is a game that is very loud right now because of reasons which will become clear. That's a little low. Right, okay, we're sorted. Hi everybody, this is Jamie the D, the Mad Welshman, and this is Heaven's Vault, a science fiction archaeological adventure where I couldn't actually show you the introductory quote of the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is a kick-ass mythological story, due to one of the two niggles irritations I have with this game. The first is that it locks the cursor. I understand why it locks the cursor, but it doesn't need to lock the cursor during the intro. Second one, this is a single save game. You can file scum using, like, your user, app data, which is a hidden directory, local low, inkle, Heaven's Vault, and there's the save files in JSON.format. But otherwise, there is no multi-save functionality, so I had to basically rename my save and start over. And then I'm going to have to go into the directory and rename my save back for reviewing. Anyway, intro. Subtitles was on, wasn't it? Bloody well should be.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings.
Right. That also got removed, so gonna have to completely restart, because otherwise it doesn't show the subtitles after you've selected the option. Okay, so this is a different quote. There's a couple of quotes for the intro. In all heaven and earth, you are the form-shaping place, spreading fear like a great poisonous snake. The Kesh Temple of Ninusag from 2300 BCE, which you may know as BC, but the more modern term is BCE, before Common Era. And the modern term for AD is Common Era, or CE. So, subtitles should work, and the sound should be okay. If it's quiet, let me know, okay?
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present. But there has to be a spark. Something that brings the past to light.
I'm carefully. I will be reading. You worry too much. I mean, I do. Paul? Take a moment to rest before you walk, mistress. Please. So we do have stamina. It, in most situations, will regenerate. And we walk with the WASD. And yes, this is our robot friend. Or robot, or robot. This is a summit. This is as far as the path goes. So, unfortunately, we can't really look at that statue. All we can look at is the bricked-up opening. Bricked-up opening. There is something here. Keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? Ancient script. This must have been cut in when the mortar was still wet. Right. Translation. This is a core gameplay mechanic, and I bloody love it. Heaven's Vault. Unfortunately, we won't get to see it yet. I'd forgotten about that. There's a lot to like about this game, and a couple of niggles, and a couple of things which do kind of turn sour later. But anyway, that was in media res, and now we're back to the beginning of the story. Well, a beginning of the story. I'll get into that.
My story begins on Iox. That was where I met the robot.
Mistress Alia? Mistress Alia Elazra. I have been waiting for you. I have been asked to escort you to Professor Miari. He is very anxious for your arrival. And who are you? I am a robot, mistress, as is apparent. This way. Do you have a name, robot? Is that intended to be a joke, mistress? Robots do not have names. We are, as I understand it, interchangeable. Robots? All a little different. How kind of you to say so, mistress. But why has she sent you? You do something wrong? That seems unlikely. My ethical core protects me from serious error. It is and it isn't, Vicious. This way, you should know that the professor's urgency was remarkable. Now we can look at things.
I was 15 when my Ari rescued me from the slums of Elbereth and brought me here. I'd never seen such luxury or such kindness.
Yeah, so you can look at things, talk to people, but right now we're just going to get right on with it.
I still don't know why she did it.
This is Professor Miari. Professor Miari? Alia, there you are. Come in. I came as soon as I got your message. You don't need to flatter me, Alia. Nonetheless, I know your work is important to you. My work is important to everyone, Professor. Today it's important to on history. The old Hyperion. Device is the Eagle and Sun. One of the scholars sent this brooch to me. Aniki Renba. Do you know him? Did you know him? Did. Look at the details. See them? I know they're a hobby of yours, Alia, but read them. And we can, sort of. Never seen either of these groupings. Two words have some elements. Related. Now, this could lead you to a wrong path. You could say friend, beloved, or you could say Holy Emperor. Correct answer. I'm only guessing. What's this about? Janiki told me he found some more than a month ago. He isn't like you. Nioxian, through and through. Worried about him. Important. I don't know what he was. He told me he was going to a moon called Meersi. I'll go hunting the Nebula for missing people, Alia. And you do, just find things. Well, look, promises. Yeah? Soon, Alia. So, Adalia, taking that robot with you. Thank you, Professor. I long to see the Nebula. So... Oh, and before you go, look in on Huang. He was eager to see you. Where is he? Where he always is, I imagine. Nose in a book. I know he's rather beneath you, but at least say good faith to benefit of our. Bear that in mind. Well suited to the stars. Down there by the tree. Walk straight past him on your way in. Good hunting, my dear. So, yes, robot stuff. Hopefully nobody will talk for just a second. So, sometimes there are shortcuts like that. We can walk around and explore. Can I just say, Mr. Dahlia, it is wonderful to be accompanying you. If you're going to be following me around, I have to give you a name. Calling you Six. Six, mistress? I shall remember that. There's a reason called Six. I got Miari's translation. I think I did. Shape shows this is an Empire piece. So, Emperor is correct. And the Emperors believe themselves. Makes sense that the words would be almost. And we add holy to our dictionary. Goodness me, there's a lot of talking. I'm going to try and get things sorted. That came from Maersi. Anyway, Huang. Yes, Huang is somewhere around here. Oh, wait, there he is. Alia! I didn't know you were back on Iox. How are you, Huang? Well enough, well enough. I've been reading all day. I just came outside to rest my eyes, and you were. What were you reading? The annals again. You know Maswar claims the Holy Empire was founded by three wolves racing to heaven. Each one tore the throat of the other, and the three fell to earth. Are you really interested? Absolutely. No. Most people glaze over.
He began to talk with such passion that his eyes glittered.
There is a reason we're doing this,
and he seemed to grow at least an inch taller.
Goodness me. Alia? That was fascinating. Hundreds of volumes like that. I was thinking... There. Words. I'm not going to be as good at reading, so I might just drop it. We'll see. I do like reading the robot lines. Yeah, that's another thing. I hadn't thought about that. The line auto scroll is a little quick. That is some crit that needs to be done. And if I look in settings, that's meant to be quite low, but the option is there. There we go. That's a little better. So he deals with robots. Huang doesn't. Huang deals with books. But Janiki Renbar, yeah. Okay, extra translation. Yes. Expect to see a lot of these. So, we're certain of Empress, thanks to the Holy Emperor, but we're not certain of the rest. But there are two other words. Empress, buried, robots. That's my guess. Robots were buried, miss. I myself have only recently been dug up. Wang. Why'd you have to be an asshole there? Shall we proceed to your ship now? Yeah. I have no idea, mistress. But I am keen to find out. And that line is, for some reason, not read. Don't know why. Anyway, it gives you a timeline of what's going on, including way back. And that timeline will change. Keep an eye on that timeline. So, as to whether this is an alien planet, that... it's a rock. It's a rock is what it is, and you'll see in just a second. Right now, the journey to Mayersi should be quick, mistress. I'm really not sure that I have sailed before, mistress. I should watch how it is done, I think. Nothing. It is a moon of pigs and rice. Part of the Iox Protectorate, of course. So yeah, we're more interested in the archaeology. We could choose very early on to go elsewhere, but no. Not wealthy. Nonetheless, I will prepare the ropes. Yeah, that's a robot being a bit dumb. Because, yeah, just because a place isn't wealthy now doesn't mean that there isn't a site. So we can see lots of rivers and flows, and we sail them. But I did say this was science fiction. And I'm not wrong. We also have robots, we have space, and as it turns out, Iox is a rock in a nebula. Welcome to what is, at the beginning, the best part, one of the best parts of the game. With the right click, we move a little quicker. We have a little boost, which we're going to be using a lot of.
My Ari wanted us to sail to Mayersi. It was a short sail through fast waters.
It is not possible to crash, but it should be noted that there appears to be a bit of a bug in which the music volume is not, is not counted. Yes. So, may I see? Yes, we're going to walk around. I'm only going to be doing an hour and a bit of this. Yeah, that was very loud. Okay. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that our walking
stepped
speed...
off the ship and into the mud. Mud covered the ground and rock. And everywhere I looked, things were growing from the mud. And some of those things had legs.
I cannot breathe, mistress. But rest assured, I am most happy for you all the same. Okay, so, yes, what I was going to say, and what I said during the sailing is... Carry on. Carry on. Please don't say anything. Okay, yes. So what I was going to say was that the sailing game, the sound is, well, the music level, sound levels do not appear to carry into that. That's a minor note that I had not realized until the stream started. And by the end of the game, it gets fiddly. It gets annoying because you're traveling a long way for little things. Anyway, getting on. There is no way I am crossing that, mistress. Robots cannot swim. So, what we do in each area is we look for inscriptions. There was a symbol of IOPS there, for example. No, this is true. Janiki will not be hiding in there. However, there's nothing there. There might be something down here. You never know. Oh, there is something here. Crystal statue. And it's inscribed. Nice. So, this is the second kind of translation minigame, in which we have to find certain words, some of which we might already have. So, holy, for example, we definitely have, and the other two we do not. Huang can sometimes help us. And each find we have narrows the area down. For where the site is. There are other methods of narrowing it down, but we'll deal with those. In the meantime, there's nothing else to do here. Now, one thing we can do while walking around is talk to our robot friend. Where do we start? There is a series of rice terraces. If we climb up away from the water, that should take us to the village. Why then?
The air smelled earthy and sweet.
Welcome to the star, Freebirth. Let's
Thank-
hope you shoot as well as you run.
Thank you very much for the follow, Ellsworth and Soda Dance. Soda Dance, I apologize that I didn't notice you. So we've got a goddess statue of some kind. Yeah, Elbereth does have a statue like that. Iox must approve. Although I understood they had destroyed similar statues on other moons. The material, I would judge it was not quarried here, but most likely close by. It's very big, you understand? No. It has been here long enough for its various radiation signatures to have faded. That's quite a long time. That is, in fact, a very long time. So this is a more complete phrase. No, they don't. They don't resemble Emperor at all. That one, however, blatantly. Like, we can see the relation. The Emperor is, there's a qualifier on God, and then a holy at the end. I think that's water. Could be. Could be. So, I'm going to use my magical streamer senses to go, oh my god, there's some plot down here. Just to streamline things. It is most curious. This moon does not contain any crystals of this type. But the brooch Master Member sent to the Professor does. The mineral is the same. That seems likely. Perhaps we should return to the ship. Commendable, mistress. But this shard does not come from here. Yeah, you will find that Six is just as often obstructionist as he is, helpful. Oh, wait, no. Don't walk towards the upper field. Always explore an area thoroughly, because the more artifacts you find, more use you get out of it. Yeah, exactly. You've barely explored. By the way, approaching a villager is not good. No one on my SC wants to talk. And there is a reason for that. Nonetheless, I'm pretty sure one of these rocks has something. So yeah, hidden question or reply means we have more avenues for discussion. But if we wander around, we will find various little useful tidbits. We could even pigs, I believe, at some point. Now, those are walk points. There we go, rice. Yeah, there is so much to see here. Point where I'm actually forgetting where I'm meant to go for various things. Yeah, the robot, by the way, is very loyal to IOX, and that's going to get interesting. Okay. So, walking up to the warehouse, we will notice... Did she mention it? Yep, there we go. There's somebody crying in there. This, again, is very important. Come in here. I will wait out here, mistress. It's a little white lie. A little sweet on this lady. Yeah, I hope we find him too. Yeah, so, there's a taboo on talking to outsiders. Most curious, mistress. But I did not understand. Except that it would seem someone from IOX has visited here recently. Do you think there is more to be learned here, mistress? Shall we leave? See? See? Ooh. That robot. That doity robot. Okay, was that all the way up there? There was not. There. Like I said, explore everywhere. Everywhere you humanly can. There's no way of getting further up there. Well, people born here are fine. Are all the moons in the Nebula like this, mistress? I have seen so very few. And conversation completely holds. As sometimes happens. Right, can't go that way. Yeah, no, people born here are fine. But Ioxians in particular, the Protectorate of Iox is not fondly thought of. That way might lead to the village, I think. So we will go all the way up first. Because the village is where we'll find the biggest clues. But just the same, there are still things to... And the more things we find, the more we can translate. And the more we can translate, the better we do. And the more of the story we will reveal. Sometimes hitboxes are a little, like, finicky. There is a reason... Oh! Oh, this guy. Why is he up here? Right, do not give away who was. Well, she does understand, but she's in denial. So yeah, finding the woman and finding the crystal unlock this conversation. I can spoil that much. So, yeah, Remba's ship exploded. Maybe. Okay. Right, there's nothing here, but in the village there's something. No, the Ylbrunner guy actually is to be trusted. He's fine. Although we have to be careful not to walk into him, because that will trigger more conversation. And his conversation is basically bog off. What would you be doing at this moment?
Three paths met at the heart of the village. I could imagine them all, sitting around here in the evenings, sipping rucker and singing. It seemed nice.
Anyway, she may or may not answer the robot's question. She does not. Nonetheless, yeah, he is to be trusted. And these are the ones which give us confirmation of what words. So, holy water? Yeah. Yeah. It is very almost a pictogram. So yes, his answer was basically, we live here. So we can't talk to people because we have not been introduced. And we will not be introduced because we are persona non grata here. Nonetheless, we shall try and explore with the minimum amount of bumping into people and going, I don't want to talk to you. Right. Yeah, sometimes things get revealed very close. So, it's important. Have a good wander. Oh, that's enough. Take a bit of colour. Piggy pigs! I do not believe pigs are known for their hygiene. Actually, they are. They are surprisingly clean animals. We could approach a villager, or we could not do that, because we already know what would happen. And yeah, most of the rice gets taken by Iox, because Iox is not a nice place. Approaching a villager is not a good idea. Turning to the well is not a useful idea. Don't... bollocks. Yeah, nobody wants to talk. We get it. And unfortunately, it doesn't appear that there are any more inscriptions. I thought there were more, but apparently not. Both are historically the case. Anyway, questions and replies are location sensitive. I'm not going to be going through a whole bunch of them. These rocks, I was certain had an inscription. Ah, well. I'm not meant to be perfect on stream anyway. Oh, yes. If I hit T... right, yes. We might have more words. We might have enough to work with. Nope. So we'll save that for later. We won't worry about the map until we go back to the ship. There we go. Okay. Next step in our journey is finding out where Renba went. And this is the exploration, where we actually hunt down the site. This is actually one of the best sections. I like exploring for sites. Yep. On the edge of the cyclones. The cyclones, as you might imagine, are not the friendliest of places. The name kinda gives it away. So, yeah, I forgot to mention the reason why this robot is called 6. There was a 1 through 5. Past tense deliberate. Alia goes through quite a few robots. He's even fried one of them. Anyway, so travel time. Now, it is not possible to, like, crash. The game is very friendly like that. I can't think of any particular fail states. Anyway is fine. And occasionally there will be rapids, and occasionally there will be very slow places. But any which way, it must not be forgotten that we are traveling through a nebula. Now, we do occasionally get the choice of replying, like now. There we go. There are other ships, but the Iox Protectorate kind of doesn't like ships. And, yeah, as such, you rarely see them. Now, this is actually a very responsive ship, but the currents can be quite tricky. Okay, is this a rapid? This is not a rapid. We'll know the rapids when we get to them. But this is the cyclone. Well, this is a cyclone. Oh, the space rocks are fine. None of them hurt us. Oh. That's a new feature. We missed a turning. So apparently... turn... Oh, apparently we wanted to carry on? Oh yeah, so we did. Anyway, right. So, when you are near a site, it tends to be in very calm waters. It means you're relying on sail sweeping, which basically, well, it's very like swimming. You are reducing drag when you are spreading your arms, and you are pushing through the water. Now, sometimes there are ruins you can use to, No, these are space currents. They are currents of, basically, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen crystals. As to why they are in currents and rivers and the like, that's a very good question. So there are teleporters. They are not in the current age that reliable. There are some ancient teleporters that still work. I don't think we will come across any, unfortunately, in the stream. I reckon we might be able to get to finding Renba in the stream. But this ship apparently has a teleporter source. And when there is no air, we have to trust the robot.
A moment later, the robot was gone, and I was alone in the dark.
Mistress. I found something, mistress. An engineer's chest. The probability is high. I believe the moon below us was once a quarry. I hope there isn't a snake in there. Well, no. So this is an ancient robe. It is inscribed. We're going to get basically a couple of translations in quick succession. As I said, translations are the core of the game. They're a core of the game, anyway. Gonna get a couple of these, and hopefully we should add some new words to our vocabulary. Now, when we don't know the answer, we will have some kind of thing. Although there will be some dialogue that you may or may not miss for different guesses. And this would, if we didn't find the others, open it for a sweet DLC hat. Right, so that gods might not be wrong. Oh, no, 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 no. No, that one's right. Yeah, that seems about right. Bless or protect, one of them. But there's one more thing. One moment. Close some things. Yeah, if you work out more of the language, you get more options, and you get closer to the truth. If you don't work it out, you can go back to it, but usually, you gotta wait for, there we go. So, now, you can be reasonably sure that us is correct. Less, though? Win, seems. So these are all from the same dig site. Wait, mistress. I will consider the matter. I am sure Master Render is equally keen to be found. Now we can go back to Miari at any point. Yeah, so we're going into the cyclones. Right, meanwhile, let us go back to the sliver and see if we can find anything else is useful, or eliminate words. Right, no, that doesn't look it, so it doesn't look like we've got anything new there. How about... no, nothing new there. Okay, so back to the map, and we need to find... Here it is! Here's where we're going, into the heart of a storm. We're not going back to Miari yet, and the reason why will become clear by the end of the stream. Yes, it will. Yes, I was sailing that way. That's correct. By the way, the current should actually improve now that we found the site. Mysterious. Almost as if something bigger was happening. Maybe. Possibly. See? Oh, look at that. Current's back. So here's a rapid. Yay! Whee! Don't miss your turning. Don't hit any rocks. There's a lot of them, and here's our first ruin. So long as you can point to it with, like, any sort of accuracy, you will not only get a clue as to your location. Oh. Sometimes there's nothing to find. You will also find an artifact. But we didn't this time. Well. I didn't actually know that sometimes you could just completely miss artifacts, but now I do. A lot of rapids here. And here we are in the eye of the cyclone. Now there are no directional clues, but you may, as noted, come across ruins. Help you work out what's going on. By the way, you cannot go against the flow. It doesn't matter if the water flow is soft or strong, you cannot go against the flow. But here is the site. We already found it. Really quick, it's really easy, and if you see a large flow, you know you're at the right place. So. Yes, we can't turn at this branch because we're there. but this one we can. Yes. That's an interesting, There we go. Normally that doesn't happen. That's a very interesting, edge case bug. So there is air, we can hop her down. And this is our first teleportation. It's totally safe. Yeah, totally. The
hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
A pile of rocks smashed together by the waters. Seems Janiki had a taste for places like this. Oh yeah, we are close. I hope he will be grateful when we find him. We are taking considerable risk. This way. You are here, mistress. Well, I'd say we aren't the happiest bunny in the world. Anyway, can we, walk? Yeah. So, unfortunately, the camera's kind of fixed here, and there's a reason for that. Do not sprain your ankle out here, mistress. We are unsuitably far from help. Reassuring. And that's why. We can hop him back to them. Yeah. About that. Perhaps. Perhaps. Can only hope.
Here, in the middle of the hurricane, there was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters. Large enough for two families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Gotta find a way up. Yes. Oy. Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. This one's definitely jammed. Perhaps you might forego going inside. So, yeah, this... Oh dear. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. And this is a bit of a drop. Not even 12 foot. Yeah, so... 6 is a particularly wet blanket of a robot. Even accounting for first law, which is what he's referring to the laws of robotics when he talks about his ethical core. And as to... well... anyway, there's a shrine. Now what this means is that Six will actively lie to us if he thinks an action
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is he will actively lie to us if he thinks we might come to harm as a result of an action. And for other reasons. Nonetheless, he's a lying bitch. That looks more like we. So, probably that. Buried. There's some similarities between buried. I think guarded might work there. We'll give that a go. Anything else about that rough bed? Nope. Okay. So, my main save, I'd actually missed a few things. Like what's up here. Description? Something fitted inside, removed by force. See, there's an example of a tricky artifact. And we won't come across "and" for quite a while. Nonetheless, Pilgrim and God. Nope. But nonetheless, it is "and." I already know that. So Elbereth is where we would normally find Oroi, but, well, we'll see. Don't think we'll come across that in Stream. So we've explored in there. The door is locked, or blocked, or both. Do that. Anyway, yes, we'll meet Six down here. He will, because this is a future that went through a dark age. And they are basically just coming back. And there is a reason for that dark age, and you will discover the reason. But you will not discover the reason on this stream. So. It is a really cool game. It's got its frustrations, mainly in the late game with a couple I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Don't worry, you can catch up with the VOD on YouTube. Oops, overfilled that. Yeah. but it is overall really interesting and cool. There we go. So, this is a conversation we do want to carry on. But it was not Remba. They died many years ago. But they are old. That's a good question. Ah, so whoever died here was buried very recently. After they were found, presumably by Remba. It's very nice of him. Or not so nice if he just took them, which he may have done. Come on. So, there's an inscription up there, and we will be able to look at whatever's on the fireplace. And indeed we can. Had a guess. Good point. Iox does not permit shrines, so we will want this poker. It doesn't have any inscriptions, it's not valuable, but it is useful. And it's useful right now. Now, I actually quite like this puzzle. Because, yeah, they only somewhat. So, deaths, force, knowledge, but I'm reasonably certain it means treasures of great value. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I don't want 6 to open it. Is it moving? No point in lying at this stage. But there are several things.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found. From inside the coffer, from the distant past of the Nebula's once great empire, It was a crown.
It was, in fact, the crown. This is another guess. Uh, so if we go back to inscription, enough, we might actually be able to get some more words. Because we got that sliver of crystal. So, as I mentioned before, this is where we confirm or deny translation. So we can see holy light. Possibly as, but it's not as. So, holy light for sure. But we don't have enough to translate. Otherwise it would let us know. Okay. Well, the rest of the building. Question. By the way, you can't look at things while conversations are going on. Yeah, unfortunately he is a robot. Miari is her primary owner, and that is why robots follow Elia. Because Iox wants to spy on a less than loyal daughter. An orphan, technically. She was not born on Iox. So, Emperor. Right. That's not blesses. But we do have enough to be reasonably certain of the phrase of the spacing. And Emperor protects us all. A nice martial phrase. Hopefully by the end of this, we should have enough to deal with that crystal thing.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see the sky again.
Here we go. He's gonna do this. Also inform her of our theories about Renba. If you wish me to activate the hopper now, mistress, would that be acceptable? No. Piss off, you mechanical spy. Carving. Here, I guess. Hmm. You will find inscriptions everywhere. Okay, we can be... I think we're already reasonably certain of light. Anyway. Yes. I'm learning the hell out of that language. I'm actually doing better than I did the first time round. Light of... day? Maybe? Okay. So that one's... yeah. There's a channel. Thank you. So this used to be a water channel. Yeah, this is true. There's definitely another inscription on this rock. Here it is. Away. But the game desperately wants you to learn the language because it's core of the story. There we go. We got and. What is raise and flow? Seems about right. Right. Get some conversation out of the way. Yeah, there's where the smoke's coming from, but we're not dealing with that yet. We are deliberately not dealing with that yet. Dealing with a couple more inscriptions. An item. Have a big bearing on the later plot. Don't miss this one. Emperor's eternity. Emperors live forever, basically. It is. But it always gives us a new guess. So it always gives us 4 guesses, I believe. Oh, sorry. 4 from which we pick. Emperors live forever. Yes. Emperors here. We kind of proved that in the building. There is that cave. And I might want to go in that cave early this time. Just because. Yep, it is the Mercy Goddess. So we look at the figurine first. Mm-hmm. Goddess. Blessed. us. Goddess bless you. Okay. Is there an inscription on the one? No, but there is a clue to a very important dig site. One that unfortunately is outside the scope of this. Okay, so small cave. There might actually be something over here, I don't know. I checked over here. Not detail. No. Remember this cave. Because we're not allowed in there yet. But we will be very soon. Oh. The robot is a light. I mean, look at him. So, yeah, unfortunately. That's definitely a ship. uh, okay. So there isn't a way down. However, there we go. Wedged under here. I don't think it's not. I don't see... Yeah, that seems fine. Now, interesting note. You can actually get a little subtext from the pictograms. You'll note that worth is related to water. Mistress, there is no hope. Janiki must have been sailing when it fell. Cannot possibly have survived. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, Wellspring was somewhere up there, and Niki's crash destroyed the Wellspring. Are you ready to go yet, Mistress? Not just yet. There are 2 more things to find. Well, 1.5, because this is the half. Yep, we cannot really get down there. If we could. But could be some things around here. Nope. Okay. Shoulda, to be sure. Last Emperor living in a hovel in the middle of nowhere. Now, the way back is a little weird. Not just because of the selection, but because this happens.
Darkness.
Uh-huh. You're about to step on a small ant. My ethical core required that I locked you inside this packing crate. It's true. Go ahead. Hmm? This isn't the robot speaking. You have my apologies, miss. I do not understand the question. Yeah. 5. 6 is, after all, a robot. Would leak your internal state like a punctured bucket. We do not think, Chris. We merely calculate. It is far simpler. Mistress, the hopper will not function from here. There is no line of sight to the ship. Way, mistress. That's a weird rope. I'm pretty sure there's a bug. That's a bug. Like, it's a little bug. It's forgivable. And... cave. Told you. We have obtained one more ancient artifact here. Worn coin. Also, we have found evidence of one new location of interest. A moon in Ghost Wake. Are you ready to go now, miss? I thought it would work last time, but I do not see much alternative. Stand still, mistress. Okay, so what we're going to do to wrap up is we're going to see what translations we can wrap up. I believe it's only the silver thing, maybe. And then we shall call it with the mystery. Inscription. Okay. Sliver from crystal statuette. We should have more. We do not have more. Pretty sure that one is still. Yep. God damn it. Well, either way, we might as well go to the timeline. Shit. Well, we might as well get some talking then. He does. Obviously, it is more than a simple crown. Symbol. More than that, mistress. I believe the metal is a casement for a mechanism of some kind. Without opening up, I cannot tell. The occupants of Elbereth are hardly trustworthy. Beware from it. I will bear that in mind. Anyway, so we can look at things, we can plot our course using tab. So our next stop, well, you can see that we do not in fact have enough information to go anywhere. However, going to either Elberoth or Iox would progress the plot. Nonetheless, timeline. So 4,000 years ago, an ancient observatory, goddess erected, found a worn golden coin. But now, we expand, and we go back way back. Way back. There we go. So, just updated. No. Oh, hey, you can see unsolved description. There we go. Either way, what I was trying to show is that if we look at the timeline, there we go. Okay, so now out, go. Track down an airless moon, triangulated, landed on Mercy. Professor Mayari wants you back on Myox. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, several days ago. Let's zoom out further. There we go. So, at some point, we will realize that Mayari blew up Janiki Remba. But that's for another time. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for hanging out. If you like the streams, if you like the reviews, if you like the arts, of which there will be quite a few reviews this weekend, quite a lot, because I'm publishing last week's as well as this week's. Yeah, then please go to themadwelshman.co.uk, spread the word, support, whichever works for you, and, yeah, take care of yourselves, folks.